here, the legacy, the history. By using the talent we have in-house, we can cut costs while encouraging creativity among our own. By our own, you mean yourself? Mr. Fletcher stared in a manner meant to intimidate. A waste of his time, really. She stared back. Yes. Miss Braxton, as I've told you before, I'm a hard worker. I arrive before anyone else, and I'm the last one to leave. My paintings are turned in on time or before. I know every colour in the recipe book and have created new additions. I've even found and corrected inconsistencies in the original sketches. He held up his hand to stave off her list. No one doubts your skill or work ethic. It is simply company policy. Mr. Liberty built his legacy around the exotic, the unattainable made attainable, and luxury for buyers to surround themselves with. Yet, the attire presented here is lagging behind and quite frankly outdated from our changing times. What could be more luxurious than for a lady to step out of the drab brown and tired patterns of her grandmother's generation and slip on a cobalt or cayenne red silk in a design from this century to welcome home her soldier in celebration? Iris pulled the first sketch from the leather folder. As in this one, fresh, bold lines, geometric patterns, daring strokes of colour. His eye didn't so much as twitch toward the sketches. They must find other ways to celebrate, perhaps by purchasing a signature Liberty Oriental vase. Our Japanese folding screens are always popular. Snapping back the cuff of his pressed black sleeve, he checked his watch. Ah, I see your lunch break is over. With that, she was dismissed back to the workroom. The familiar scents of turpentine, oil, paper and paint, mixed with the voices of paint girls returning from lunch, greeted her as she stepped into the space that had been her life for the past 6 years. It was a long rectangular room stretching the attic space of the store's Regent Street location. Peaked skylights drew in glorious lighting for sketching and painting while offering stolen glimpses of heaven. Any luck? Sarah, one of the other paint girls and Iris's soon-to-be sister-in-law, settled onto her stool in front of the work table they shared. Iris shook her head as she dropped the portfolio on her side of the table and slipped on a paint smock. Reaching into her skirt pocket, Sarah pulled out a roll and tossed it to her. You need to remember to eat. That's why I have you. Iris bit into the roll and chewed, her stomach sighing in gratitude. Yet no amount of baked dough was enough to tamp her frustration. The world is changing, yet Liberty & Co. wants to stick its head in the sand and sell the same imported rugs and design gowns from last century. The motto has always been bold and daring, yet it's lumbering along like an elephant in a zoo. Still exotic, but a sight the crowds have seen. High time the elephant was set free. You move too fast for them. Give them time to catch up. Sarah smiled in her kind way. The company must find its feet again after the recent passing of Mr. Liberty. God rest him. But I hear his nephew and successor, Mr. Ivor Stewart Liberty, is eager to bring in new ideas. Iris brushed away crumbs from the unfinished design on her table. Another exhausted Art Nouveau design of curling vines that an unknown had sketched, and it was now her job to fill in with shades of mind-numbing green. The painted design would then be taken to Merton Abbey for block printing onto fabric used to cover a scroll-legged chair in some aristocrat's posh parlour. I don't want to spend the whole of my life painting another's designs, Iris said. I want to create, to experiment, to capture possibilities, to be a part of these new ideas. Tying on her smock, Sarah pulled out her brushes and paint jars, clumping them into a corner. A dreamer, that's what you are, a dreamer of beautiful things, which is why you will design me the most brilliant bridal gown that has ever graced a wedding. Only if you allow me to use all my cast-off scarf designs. They're of use for nothing else. After polishing off the roll Sarah had brought her, Iris set about